Okay.
Hey, Wayner, another show.
Another show. Hey, what's going on in that right wrist there?
Tendonitis.
Get a little too heavy on it?
Tendonitis, yeah.
Not too much on
the
it?
dumbbells,
Well, that's not what I meant.
I
But
think it's a lifelong of it's just the beauty of getting older, really.
Yeah.
Is what it is. All the stuff that you did when you were a kid didn't bother you, and now everything you get out of bed wrong and something's wrong.
yeah, it stinks.
You know?
Huh?
But I don't know if you can tell,
Uh-huh.
but just listen for a second. You hear it? You hear it down there?
I do.
Don't go too far. Don't go too far down, because if you go too far, there's a thunderstorm for Sunday night. We don't want to go that far. We want to go to right about Sunday. Can you hear the
1
pitch?
o'clock?
If there was a ceiling on that joint, it'd be blown off.
It would be.
You can feel the electricity in the air up here in western New York.
Yep.
2-0, 2 wins in the Big Apple, and coming in to play Cincinnati, and I think that place is going to be a madhouse.
I think the foundation's going to rock.
I do
It's going
too.
to be insane.
I like what Bean and McDermott have done. I like the way the team's played. I think Josh Allen looks good. I mean, is he Hall of Fame? Is he whatever? We don't know that yet.
We don't know, but
consistent.
You know the problem is he came out of college with everybody saying the guy couldn't play. Well, last week was a damn good game.
Well, you listen to Yellow Pages and all the experts they bring on.
I hate him.
And but this, I think the kid, I think we can win with this guy. And
So do I.
but again, it's 2 weeks, but we haven't lost a football game this year, even though 4 were preseason. But
Yeah.
we're rolling. There's a nice culture, spirit out there, and you can almost hear the rumbling. It's like a real light rumble right now, and you can just feel it. It's like a big avalanche coming. I feel sorry for the Bengals Sunday. I really do. Kind of like that, but I was thinking more of a rumbling sound.
I am
It's
sorry.
not a growling. That's more like
Oh, growl.
that's more like my stomach getting into the line at the buffets.
Well, like the Lion King. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. My first regular season as the orange-clad usher. This could be something else.
Or what do they call you guys? It's not usher though. What
Guest services.
Guest services.
Yeah. I'm in the union, okay? We're thinking of striking at 12:05, just before the ushers and ticket taker union, and we were just going to back off, let everybody in.
I'll tell you what, there'd be a lot of rumble down fence there.
Yeah.
You know, that people are getting into that football game. It's going to be a hell of a game.
Well, I'm asking for another diamond out.
Well,
And then
honestly, since you brought that up, how can you sustain a family on minimum wage? It can't be. No.
And it's really tough, and then they take out union dues and everything else.
Well, and the taxes and stuff, and you guys out there in guest services, and there's all kinds
Working
of
hard
men and
time.
women and stuff. How do you support a family?
I can't support my family.
Especially with 10 games a year.
It's not enough.
And I think that's an issue for another day, maybe closer to elections. But
Yeah.
that's why a lot of that minimum wage has to go up, and
Yeah, sure.
a more of a living wage, I would like to call
You
it.
voting for Bernie?
I think Bernie's right on. I think Bernie is going to lead this country places it's never seen.
To hell, yeah. Hey, Bernie had a quote the other day. I thought it was hysterical. Bernie said, "If you can't afford to take care of your veterans, don't go to war." And a Republican, or at least a right-sided activist, texted back, "If you can't afford to take care of your veterans, don't try and take and give everything to illegals."
And again, I bring up every Hector and his sister.
Yeah.
Bernie,
I like
Bernie, of course, is the one that wants to spend American taxpayer money in third world countries on birth control.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
In all sincerity, this guy is like nuts. One flew out of the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah,
And seriously, anybody that walks into a polling place and writes that name down, really take a look in the mirror and examine yourself, because that guy's out of his mind. I know the free sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it's great.
Right, and we're kidding
Everything's
about
free.
the minimum wage and an entry-level job and all that stuff. And in your case, not entry-level, but it's
I'm retired.
something
I don't
that
need to
has some
support a
fun.
family on a usher's
Right,
pay.
and those jobs weren't made for that. We can't go to Burger King and pay $70 friggin' for a hamburger, you know? But that's a day for another argument. But I know a lot of people hear free couch, free this, free that, free this, free that. Nothing's free. Nothing is free.
Oh, hello.
Anyways,
Sharon Collett.
yeah,
So if we go back to last,
it's
It's Sharon Collett.
they're trying to get a host now through the Alexa, and I really like the old-fashioned. Just send a letter, drop a postcard.
Yeah, what the hell?
You know.
So anyway, well, Bob Crean did that. He put a stamp on it. I think he stole the stamp.
It's the only one. We had two.
We had
My
two.
brother-in-law Mark and Bobby Crean.
Bobby Crean. So going back to last week, I think some of the things I really liked about this offensive line we talked about, but it's been a long time since I've seen a center pull. And Morse was doing it all game.
Maybe back to the Ken Hull days.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and this guy can get out there and pummel people.
Well, you can kind of see what they were thinking in the offseason, and this John Feliciano, what a nice little edge he brings to the team, and I can't.
Feliciano. I bet, you know what, somebody better check the green card, though, because if he's illegal, we're going to lose him at card.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's one I might sanctuarize my backyard for. You know what I'm saying? But nonstop business here. We can go all afternoon here in the studio doing our respective research and nothing. And
Nothing. And the
now we
phone's off the
live.
hook now.
Then again, I'm looking forward to Sunday. I like the D. The D's playing tough. Offense. That punter, I don't know, but I'm not going to be that picky. I really like the team, man.
I do too. What about Latuale and Harrison Phillips? Harrison Phillips starting to go about 50-50 now.
It's funny.
Seems like his light bulb went off a little bit.
It's funny. I was listening to him the other day, and he was talking about the Bills feel that they have 8 defensive linemen that could start anywhere, but more importantly, the defensive tackle positions. They actually Star Latulier and Harrison Phillips, Ed Oliver, and Jordan Phillips switch on their own.
Wow.
And Harrison
so
Phillips.
They need a breath. They just get off, and the next guy runs on.
Exactly. Harrison Phillips said that allows Star to go as hard as he can for 2-3 plays in a row, and then they have that much faith in those guys. And Harrison Phillips said it's the way they trained in the off season, the training staff out at Win Bills Drive, over there,
yeah.
The facilities. I don't know if you ever saw Cousin Ed pregame with the hair down to his shins. He's never sure what they're doing over there. Well, guess what? Thank God he wasn't and they were, because that's a state-of-the-art facility over there. And Harrison Phillips said he loves playing here and he hopes he can play his long career and all of it here. I mean, first class what they've done out there.
They really have. You know, you remember the New York Giants game. They started out, walked 75 yards down the field in 5 plays. And we were all kind of a little bit nervous, but, you know, we knew there'd be some changes. So a couple of the players talked about just some adjustments. But Micah Hyde actually said, he goes, well, we went to the sideline and we talked it over with our D coordinator, and we basically changed our D from what we had practiced all week. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, or he just said that, but my God, what a change. You could just see it happening immediately.
Yeah, there's no panic in this D, and this is a very good football league, obviously. Each team, obviously other than the Miami Dolphins, is very close, and it comes down to a few things, most importantly quarterback play, that separates these teams. Barkley's a first-class running back. I mean,
yes.
And the Giants, that's their home opener, and they were 0-1.
Yep.
And at this time of year, everybody's in it. And Eli Manning is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, and you know, they're booing him there. The lovely fans there were booing him and stuff, but they weren't booing him when he did all those things over the years. And I guess in that
Brady twice.
In that dump, it's what have you done for me lately? But a lot of that's the Bills' D. You know, kudos to the Bills' D, getting the hands up, blocking the balls. They know teams are taking the short drop and throwing, and they got hands up. How many blocked balls?
So 10 over 2 weeks. Band it down.
Kudos to, you know, when you lose, you find excuses if you can, and when you win, it's never as good as it is, whatever. But a lot of kudos to the Giants, or to the Bills for stopping Eli and the Giants. They're already pulling the plug on him. I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah, I do too.
In New York, but maybe they're lining up to battle Miami for that first pick.
But we also don't see that kid in practice. Who knows?
Right.
Maybe he is ready.
Could be.
I mean, Miami, that's a tire fire. I guess competition committee today tweeted out that they may have to investigate them. That's how bad it looks like a tank over in South Florida.
In all honesty, though, the Eli Manning, his best receiver was out.
Yeah.
With concussion.
Yeah.
Beckham's gone.
Yeah.
And I think someone they lost early in the game. So they had a lot of inexperience at receiver, and that's important too. But like you said, 2-0, and we're moving into Cincinnati. What do you think?
Well, it's funny. Well, first of all, let's go back to last week. You heard it here. Said the Bills by 10 to 14. They won by 14. Just couldn't see them keeping up with us offensively, and I thought we'd stop Saquon. This one's interesting. We should beat this team fairly handily, but they have no running game. But they do have a really good passing game, but that plays in our strength. Our secondary's good. Our line, our defensive line can rush. I see the Bills. I'm going to get a little bit less than last week. I'm going to call the Bills by 8.
Okay. This is a tough league to call. Like we said last week, we're in the suicide pool. I'm not quite sure about that. Like we said, it probably should be renamed. But it's hard to pick games you think for sure this team's going to win. They don't. I thought for sure Houston would handle Jacksonville, and really an inch, and Jacksonville probably beats them there at the goal line there.
Right.
And there's other games in the league too. Tennessee, I think, lost to Indy.
Well, before you keep making excuses, what do you think the Bills are going to win?
Well, what I was saying is because it's a tough league to pick, I see the Bills winning big. I think it's going to be a big day for
Big
the
one?
Bills.
Like
the crowd.
15, 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, big one.
But again, anything can happen. But I'm going to take the Bills in a very comfortable. I think it's going to be a really nice day out there.
Good. That'll be good because I'll just relax,
Yep.
point to seats, and drink water.
Well, just make sure you get up and down those aisles and help those people out
I will,
there.
I will.
You know, keep everybody hydrated out there too.
I'll carry a couple on my back if I have to.
You know, and now, do you guys before the game get together and do any of that table bouncing stuff or any of that stuff?
No, we don't do that, but we limber up. Like, there's the guy we call the head mo. He stands in front of us. We stretch. We run upstairs, fake stairs.
Are you entitled to use any of the post-game treatment facilities?
No, we're not allowed to do anything. We're pretty much scum. We come in, they point us to an area, and then we have one piece of ham on 2 pieces of bread. That's with water.
I saw somewhere that they're
They do better in prison.
They're experimenting, and maybe in the XFL, with actually doing away with the guest services and actually having like a robot
Really?
standing there saying,
Hey, I need a job, man.
row 4, stop that.
I need a job.
That kind of stuff.
Oh, man.
True, but robots are the thing.
Jesus.
But then again, well, never mind. We won't go there.
Right.
No, I think I got real good vibes on this game Sunday.
Yeah, I
what
do
does that
too.
mean? Don't bet it.
Yeah, I'm tempering back a little bit. We're a 6-point favorite. I say 8. You say more than that. Maybe 15, 16. But I would certainly walk away from that at 4:30 with a blowout, saying, yeah, I expected it.
Now that I cursed the team, don't be surprised if the Bengals don't beat us.
God, if they beat us, that would hurt. That would hurt me.
I don't see it, but then again,
Who knows?
don't bet on me.
No, you don't know exactly. That's why I don't bet. What else? What else are we talking about? Oh, Sabres.
One quick comment. I guess in the Miami game, one of the Miami players kind of touched Tom there near the end of one of his plays, and the ref said, "Hey, take it easy on Tom."
Take it easy on
That's
Tom.
how it is.
Yeah.
But we'll save that
Yeah.
for next week.
Yeah.
Sabres, oh boy.
Sabres.
Again, I still think that the team's putting
band?
that band together for one more run at first overall.
Well, Vlad, they got the second unit today at practice had Vlad as our number 1 center. Yeah, so swirl that around in your head a little bit. Think about that. There's some guys on this team that probably can really play, but are they going to get the chance? Montour hurt his hand. He's out for the rest of the preseason and a few games into the regular season. This is where we could see that Yoki Haru or Will Borgen, and we got to see him. End of story. We've got to start seeing some of these kids. Olafson to me is already penciled in. Okay, Tage Thompson looks like a beast. Let's see what he's got. Scoring 35 in Rochester doesn't help us.
I don't see how Olafson can't be on this team. I mean, you got to loan Saboka somewhere. Johan Larsson, we've seen the movie over and over again.
Boy, because there's some guys. There's Dia that came from Pittsburgh.
Right.
This kid looks like a bottom 6 that can actually do some things.
Curtis Lazar, he's a high draft pick. Maybe he can. But I'd rather not do something with somebody different.
Right.
Bad English, I guess.
If we're going to get 85 points or 80 points, I'd rather do it with Lazar and Dia and Olafson and these guys.
You got Kyle Oposo, and you're going to have to just live that out.
A horrific giveaway Tuesday night on the boards.
With the goalie out. And Saboka too, but he's rejuvenated. I don't want to keep harping on these names, but you can't keep sending these guys back down to Rochester and take the hope away. And I know that's a problem there. I won't get into it, but it is a problem. People. I know some people, and the lack of movement. I know you can laugh out there, but there's people that have told me that the lack of movement is very frustrating. Notice, I don't believe we signed any of the college free agents this year.
No, we didn't.
We did bring a young guy in, Kyle Olson, as a...
he was a draft pick of Calgary or something?
And
then he wasn't...
I don't know. No, Anaheim, Mighty Ducks.
Anaheim.
and they brought him in, and I guess they drafted him and didn't offer him a contract.
Didn't offer him a contract after.
That's a kid you might want to throw down. He's going back to be an overaged junior. That's not going to do him any good.
Right.
So if the Sabres think he's got something, throw him in Rochester or something.
Yep. Agreed.
A 21-year-old kid in the OHL or 20 against 16-year-olds, that's not doing anybody any good. I mean, he's playing.
Not.
But
We'll see. Listen, Ralph showed his hand. He's going to play a two deep
Love it.
forecheck. He's
Love
going after the puck, and he's going to have a one guy high slot. If you can get that to work, if we can drill it into these players,
well,
that's how Boston plays. They are attack. You don't have time to breathe.
question. I love the two guys on the puck. I love it. Two guys on the puck all over the ice. Second guy stays high, right? First two periods against Pittsburgh, we did it, albeit a lineup for them that wasn't going to be anything you're going to see. But we outshot them 48-13, okay? But then the third period we backed off, and then the Tuesday night game against Columbus, we never got two guys on the puck. I thought all these guys coming to camp was going to open a door for phenomenal competition. Yet, where's the competition if we can't, in the second preseason game, get two doggone forwards on the puck?
To know what's going on, yeah.
It's amazing to me.
I thought Tuesday was a very poor game.
Because I know I'm thinking in their heads, it ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Or like they might say, it's not going anywhere.
I'm not going. I tell you this. No, Tuesday was a pretty poor game. I basically turned off the stream as soon as Oposo lost the puck and gave it away to an empty net.
Well, that was pretty much the game. Though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, but he makes me want to vomit. It was just such a bad signing. And we got another 3 years with him left here, and it's just bad. But
yeah, at the time, again, I was happy with the signing, but
we're
I
not
don't
paid.
know the nose.
We're not paid to know that the guy now skates with a piano on his back.
I know. I think it's at least 50 pounds of peat moss strapped on, but in a fast man's game. But Kruger spent Wednesday and Thursday huddled with his coaching staff, studying the game tapes.
Studying the film, and they're getting back at it today. We'll see what happens, but very shortly. So it's Friday, Saturday, home and home with Toronto.
Well,
and then Sunday, there's going to be a lot of cuts down to Rochester, so we'll see.
How do you watch the two games, well, the one game, because you didn't play in two, and come out with Saboka on your top line?
Well, if he starts him on the top line tomorrow night, I think there's serious drugs. But anyway, listen, we got about 45 seconds here. Anything you want to say?
No, just that I think I'm going to copy my buddy Timmy from New York. Come get some Sunday.
Let's get nuts.
Exciting.
Let's get Bills Mafia crazy. There's no roof on that, but I want to feel that foundation.
It's going to be something special.
That'll be special.
Maybe start Saturday. I know for me, I'm going to start Saturday.
We'll be at Mike's wedding.
I'm going to start there Saturday.
So we'll get there. We'll start. We'll do a couple shout songs and.
Timmy, special shout out to you and your buddy Marky Chapella, Upstate Bengal Black guys back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not shouting out to you anymore. Way too many shouts. So I've kind of had it with the shout outs to Tim, Mike, Katie, great nuptials.
I'll tell you something else. I think that when one of our guys sacks Dalton Sunday, he's going to look at him and go, "How's that feel, tough guy?"
Funny.
It's a inside joke.
Yeah, he tells inside jokes I don't even know, for Christ's sake. But anyway, listen.
I hear a lot of voices in my head.
Yeah, you sure
and
do.
None of them are in English. That's what's scary.
Somalian. Listen, keep it in your nicks, and again, if you can't, air it out. But if you air it out at Rich Stadium, and yes, I call it Rich Stadium, okay, you will be arrested.
And you remember, you lay around, you mess around.
Right.
You know? You lay around, you mess around, and hands up, don't shoot works when used properly.
Well put. All right, listen. Hopefully,
God bless America.
God bless America. And by the way, when we come back next week, if we're 3-0, we've got a lot to talk about for that New England game. Maybe somebody could break Brady's leg.